Hello! Welcome to Down with Dragons here on Monsters of Roll on Twitch. It's 7 o'clock. I think the few people who are joining us know what that means. I am DM Scott, with me as always.
Ilian playing Maven Corpse Flower or Circle of Spores Druid, preoccupied with unraveling the mysteries from 1500 years ago and beyond.
And Mick playing Callan Den, whose roguish exploits garnered him patronage and powers from Terraphin, a celestial being of jubilation and revelry. And Callan intends to crack open the mysteries of his past, present, and future.
Chris playing Theobald, a former dragoon who had been killed by the orc leader Gardash, brought back to life by a mysterious gray-eyed maiden as her champion, and along the way he's made a covenant with an arcane artifact known as the Blackstaff.
Very cool, everybody. So, season finale. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Good! I'm so excited. Little housekeeping. I have inspiration to give out. First one from a very, very special Down with Dragons fan. Owen is giving out inspiration to Maven. Because really the reason boils down to in a critical moment when the group is on the run, there's weird spider jumping from trees and doing things, and you're in trouble. What's Maven gonna call?
Ghostbusters. I mean, animals.
Skurgelk. And so he just for the episode kind of MVP Skurgelk through Maven. That's where that goes, and I agree with that so much. I just wanted to throw out an extra little something. Seeing as it's our season finale, Owen, I'm pretty sure I have a way to get this to you. You are the winner of a custom Down with Dragons Dice Vault, handmade, and you will be receiving that. Any blood, sweat, and tears is a donation freely given by yours truly. That also being said, I have one other inspiration to give out. And that is from Reed, who has caught up with all of our recent episodes. And his inspiration is to Callan, Maven, Theobald, yours truly, and to Jerry. Inspiration to everyone. Because I have really enjoyed the past 79 hours, 23 minutes, and 7 seconds you all have done. Yes, I did the math. It has been a fun season, and I am excited to see how this ends. Have a fun night, everyone. Reed.
Thanks, Reed. Good work,
So-
Reed. Time well spent.
So, everybody also gets an addition. Maven, you have 2 inspirations added. Everyone else has one, and I will put mine to good use tonight. Yes. So, that being said, I am going to skip all the other part of it because we got a lot to do and such a small amount of time to do it. So, last time on Down with Dragons. There, on the hidden island, the group managed to gain access to and headed deeper into the fog. Quickly they found that through the island seemed devoid of life, but that was not the case. As they made their way through the forest, which seemed to be covered eventually in a strange wax-like material, and investigated, found it had certain interesting numbing qualities. And moving through there stealthily, quietly, the group managed to observe strange spider-like creatures, blind and waxy white in appearance, ranging from everything from fist-sized normal spiders to humanoid-shaped spider creatures. They got, unfortunately, far too close to some of them than they were comfortable with, and really got a nice close-up view of them, but managed to stay quiet and move through. Nearing the end of the forest, of this wax forest, unfortunately, Theobald made a critical misstep, which alerted the forest, and very quickly the forest came alive with these varied wax spiders. Callan, quick thinking, started blasting away and trying to distract as everyone started to move forward, everyone doing their best to both dissuade the spiders to not pursue, but also make, hightailing it efforts. Made their way through the forest, and when the numbers of these wax spiders really started to become clear that they were in the midst of a hornet's nest, as it were, Maven luckily dug down deep and pulled out a spell that summoned a Skurgelk to appear, which managed to both scare and distract their would-be pursuers as they made their escape. Finding themselves in a large clearing, devoid of that fog, they found in front of them a large ziggurat and a light streaming from the top of it, impacting the dome above of that constant aurora borealis effect. There they also found a tunnel leading down beneath and within the ziggurat itself. There, several rooms that seemed to hinder the path of any would-be thieves or spelunkers. They managed to overcome several of the challenges there within. A room of fire where the heat got turned up on them. And then a hallway or a passage of time, as it were, where they found themselves aging. Once managing to circumvent all of these trials, they emerged into a large room that had a sculpture on the wall, a mural sculpture painting mixture of all of them, all going all the way around the room, giving a detailed history, or at least a detailed history from a perspective that at least Theobald found the details in. And also, very predominant in the room was a large mirror, the looking glass. But unfortunately, quickly after making their way here and looking into everything, Queen Sorba showed up, informing them that they were on her island and in her temple. But she didn't seem too upset. After a brief, though intense conversation, Queen Sorba actually let them take her looking glass, and even gave them transport through her magic. And they found out that through some strange timey-wimey type thing on the island, all of that time that they thought they had has expired. Now, as the group has stepped into a teleportation circle and is being transported magically, this is where we rejoin our group. We rejoin our group in open air. You all teleport, come out of it, and immediately have the sensation of falling. Don't worry, not far. As you all splash into the water. very quickly as you all come to the surface and kind of reorient yourselves. You see Dragonlock in front of you. You are in Lock Lake. At the bottom, in the Shores District area, outside the city proper, in the harbor, probably a good 200-300 yards out. Treading water, and you see a mass of, even from this distance, commotion on the docks. There are ships everywhere, and you see ships as you are treading water and looking around. There are ships leaving quickly. You all postpone conversation in this moment due to your situation and start swimming to shore. Any attempts that you make to flag down any boats, you are ignored because they are not going your direction at all. Even if anybody slows down, you're like, oh, hey, could you get us to shore? No! And they keep going. You might get a life raft type thing or something, but you're swimming to shore. Over the course of the next 10 minutes, 20, 30, depending on the strength of our swimming, you manage to swim the shorter but pain in the butt distance, I understand, to shore. You all flounder, come on to the docks, and there is where we will pick up as you are seeing the commotion all around the harbor. And Callan, I'll even be honest, the first getting here and seeing some of this, there's probably a small amount of you that's thinking, you know what? There's a festival tied to this. It's that time of year. There could be just a lot of things going on because there is a brief but yet important festival goes place over 3 days. It is the winter beginning of winter festival. Goes over the 53rd, 54th, and 55th. 55th being the timely lunar eclipse, which is when you needed to be back here, by the way.
Well, if we got back in the time, I'm thinking it's to be expected that the boats won't pay attention to us because they're all determined to go their way because of the festival and the advent of winter.
We need to get up. We got to get up to the river district, up the top of the Dragon Lock. We got to get to the fountain.
It's probably right now, by the way, about 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Like just looking at the sun, it's late afternoon.
And we don't have much time.
Oh, beans and rice. Where'd I put my phone? My stinking.
All right.
It's on
Yeah,
the ground.
let's get moving. We got stuff to do. I'm worried we're gonna get followed, seen, tracked,
Alan,
shot.
swap me your earrings again quick while you're looking for boats up, unless you need it.
I do have an idea for a call, but
I
sure.
was hoping to get a crossbow situated covering the fountain up there.
Gotcha.
You got a better idea, go for it.
So if we swapped it, would it only have the one charge for the 1 day? Dungeon Master Scott?
Sorry, what was that? I was reading one of my notes. Sorry.
Right. The earring. If I used the sending and then handed it off, would they be able to use a charge of sending?
Once per day. It
Once
does not
per
matter
day.
who uses it. The charge is gone.
Okay.
If you got support, I'll try to get word out to
Nope.
Avery another way.
You take the earring. I got another way to do it.
Hand the black one over. Even though we're standing right here.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. By the way, I screwed up on the time. It's probably late morning, not late afternoon. That was part of the note I was looking at because it just felt wrong as I said it, and that's why I was confirming it. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Lunar eclipse. Sorry.
All right. Theobald's going to be putting a call in quick. We don't have a lot of time. Calling out to the scout.
Okay.
Avery, get a crossbow and a vantage point over Dragon's high-touched fountain. Fast and quiet. I'll get a spotter to you. Luck.
All right. And
You keep going. Give me just one moment to write my thing so it's within 25.
good.
Keep going.
Okay, Callan, while he was doing that, has started the ritual for Skywrite.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's a thing. Yeah.
Theobald may be regretting.
So, using Skywrite,
Oh god.
Callan writes in the sky. Jax or Jazz, Jaz, Tusks, Tusks, Tiding of Magpies West, Baboon Troop East, Fountain.
Subtle.
Okay.
Thought it was gonna be dragons suck butt in the sky.
Oh yeah. Nobody will notice that.
Except Sorva.
P.S. Love you so much. So as Callan is preparing, he's made his ritual circle real quick and working on that, and he's kind of, you see him writing within his circle, just not even like full on writing in words, but just like rewriting the same message with his finger on the ground over and over and over as he's focusing. Theobald, you get a message back. Very strained and rushed and panicked. You hear, holy gods, sir. Haven't heard from you in a while. Do my best. Dealing with invading army at the gates.
Damn Gardosh. Swap earring. I'll wait till he's done with this ritual. I don't want to interrupt him, but
And then as you kind of are holding the earring, waiting to give back, he's in the ritual, you start to see kind of as he's rewriting the script over and over, kind of it turn into a mist and then shoot up into the sky. And then you start to see clouds moving across the sky and forming the message. And Callan looks up at it and then looks at everybody and just has a Callan smile on his face of like, it's one of the things I learned, you know?
All right, onward.
Quick question. Did
Yes.
Maven finally figure out what Queen Sorva smells like? This has been a big deal. And I forgot to ask you last session. Do I know what she smells like now?
you're so stunned you forgot to smell
I forgot to sniff her. I have a chart for that.
He's got to. Yeah, he would.
Yeah,
be
no,
Yes.
I'm just, hey. The scent that you pick up the most, and a very complex smell that you did pick up.
Musk.
Yeah, there's like some fragrances that are obviously perfumes and things like that, but your nose cut through some of that, which, yeah, it makes up her scent. but there was one that came through the strongest. Are you familiar with what kind of, not the closest thing I can think of, because I wasn't ready for that part of it, is, you know how copper, like metallic-y copper, kind of has that taste in your mouth?
Yeah, when you suck on a penny,
Yeah.
you're unsupervised. Yeah.
Okay. Imagine that, but in a scent, but think more away from copper and more into like just glistening silvery, kind of like sweet, smooth, metallic.
She's electric.
She's
Woogie
electric.
woogie woogie.
Okay, where are we heading? As Maven just figures out a scent in her nose as everyone else is communicating and skywriting.
Alan, we need a boat. We got to get up the lock.
I
There
don't
are
think
ways, by the way, to get up the lock without boat. I mean,
there
it's
are
long-
ways to get
Which
up
is
the lock
faster?
without a boat.
Oh, boat.
My sources say. What's the general vibe on the docks? So we saw
Oh!
people leaving as fast as possible, but like
Roll me an insight.
Oh, dice! Why did I not prepare? It's like I thought I wasn't playing Dungeons and Dragons or something. Okay,
I know, right?
they're hanging right in front of my face too. Thank you for the convenient carrying bag, Catherine. Okay, okay. That's a 16 plus my insight, and if I could remember where I put my phone, I think I have a +2, but I
You
want to
were
double check.
Weren't you sitting in chat before we went live?
I'm on my
Or-
computer.
Oh, okay.
I have my character sheet on my phone.
Okay.
Insight is it's a +2, so that's an 18.
18. Okay. Thankfully, the temperature of the crowd that is moving about here and there and all along the docks, the best thing I can tell you is if the air had a smell, it would be mass exodus by Calvin Klein.
Fear. Okay. Well, Gardosh is definitely not one for subtlety, so I don't know why I'm shocked, but
It's not a bad plan, but
yeah, get everyone out of here. Yeah. Okay.
all right. What are the other ways up the?
You can basically take, there's the standard tunnels and stuff like that going basically through the stone districts, all that. There is the side lock channel, which basically, if you're not in a boat, you can literally take the winding stairs up, Empire State Building, that's an option, or a boat up.
No elevator.
Though,
There's
very
no-
quickly, if Theobald mentions like, hey, a boat, we should try to find a boat, Maven will pick up on like, I don't think it's going to be easy to get a boat going up.
Yeah. I think we might be on foot for this one.
Let's go.
But there
Wait,
are
I can-
boats and captains around.
Yeah, and every boat that is in harbor, there are people around it trying to get on.
Well, and there's gonna be a bunch of people trying to come down as well.
I have an idea.
Go for it.
Scott, you can tell me no if I'm not allowed, but I have a cantrip called Shape Water, and what I can do with that is I can make a 5-foot cube of water and freeze it, and I can do that as many times as I want because I can. But only 2 exist at a time. So if I shape another one, like a third one, that one goes back into being water, from what I understand. So I could make a really rickety bridge out of frozen water that's only like 10 feet long, but any other options are also good.
Okay. I would say a check would be involved.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to try to basically make an iceberg, and as a ship leaves the lock, and you guys try to scurry into it, so when the water realigns and goes up it, you get a ride.
Yeah.
You could. It will just require a check by you because, yeah, water, freezing it, displacing, all of that. But yeah, it's possible. Definitely. Even likely.
I don't know, guys. This is my home turf. I'm pretty tuned into the vibe of the locals here. I think I can be pretty influential with some of these boat captains if we need.
Let's try that
Yeah,
for Maven. You
See my
got plan
guess?
B.
yeah.
Try that first. Okay. Callan will scout out a good candidate for a captain with a boat that can take us up fast.
Literally any boat because it's all about the lock system.
All right.
It has nothing to do with the actual sailing speed.
You're gauging the captain versus the boat this time.
Yeah, it's more of roll me an insight to see if you can see any ship that looks like they have intentions of going up
Or can be persuaded to go up.
or persuaded.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that
help
could be
him.
persuading.
I'll also be looking around.
All right. So that
Yeah,
insight check
advantage then.
was
Advantage Theobald's looking to.
okay.
I've got a
That's
good
good
insight.
because
That's
Okay.
good.
17. with that
17.
advantage.
Okay. You do see a lot of ships, a lot of small ships, bigger, wide variety. Right now, because of, I guess, the timing of it, and there is things going on above, it seems to be like a seller's market. So you definitely could.
Right on.
But you would get that vibe right away that it's like, I'm going to have to buy a boat. Or like, spend enough to buy a boat almost to be like, if I want a boat to take me in the direction I want to go, I'm going to have to spend some money. And they'll be more than happy probably. But right now there are so many customers and so few boats.
All right. Well, then the only thing to do is look for a good candidate whose captain is not of Elven descent, and go up and cast suggestion and say, you would very much like to take us back up at your regular price.
Okay. Due to the climate, and I know normally I wouldn't. You know what? No. You know what? Because of the climate, I'm gonna spend one of my inspiration to give myself advantage to roll against that. And because this is just a nameless NPC, it's a flat roll. So here we go. I got a 1 and a 16. What's your spell save?
15.
15. So as you walk and cast suggestion, whether or not maybe this person just with everything that's going on is just kind of smiles at you and he's like, oh, happy to take you up top. Not normal rates though, unfortunately, due to the fact of everything that's going on in so few spaces. But you know what? How many are you?
Just 3, sir.
Just 3, no problem. 300 gold. I'll take you to the up to the river district.
Or magic canoe.
Everything is going, outbound right now with, the invading horde in up there, and I really don't want to go. But if I'm gonna go, might as well make a pretty coin.
Okay. Well, such are our considerations. So you got a deal, sir.
Happy to do business with you. Opens his hand to shake your hand. The other hand very quickly is up front, sir.
All right, so I'm fumbling for 300 gold.
Is that how much we have? Y'all are. I have 4 gold.
Okay.
They did take a good pretty bank that some of that's supposed to go to the guild.
I'll kind of make a show of doing it kind of clownishly and, fumbling with it and spilling it on the deck and, and I'll try to get to 300, but,
Is this the scale bone reserve that you're digging through, or you have 300 gold on your side?
yeah, in my hat.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, due to the fact of everything, he is going to very quickly hey, back up, and he'll look to one of his he's like, get the gold, count it out. He's like, I have all the time in the world. It's my boat. It leaves when I want to go there, sir.
Oh, okay. Yes. Like I said, actually,
You're not in a hurry, are you?
Yeah, a lot actually.
Oh, super.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
speeding up here.
Oh, okay. 10, 20, 30.
Suddenly compelled to move it.
So after everything gets all organized, he's like, "All right, welcome aboard. Let's head up to the river district." And it's weird. There is literally no line to go into the lock as ships are coming out. And he's very quickly ushered in. You are all on board, and pitch darkness as the lock gates seal, and you start to hear that bubbling water as you rise up. Anything you want to do during that? It's about 40 minutes going straight up to the top. Takes time.
Theobald will find a quiet corner on the deck and get his brazier out and load it up, incense, charcoal, herbs, and we'll be trying to call Owl.
Okay.
Maiden, lend me Owl again, please, as well as the wisdom needed to see our way through this bramble we found ourselves in.
Okay. As you sit in this space and start meditating and calling out, you feel next to you like almost just a vibration, like you left your phone on vibrate in your pocket, and you're focusing yourself, getting ready to call out. Vibrate. Okay, focus. Vibrate. And you realize it's the black staff right next to you, just right outside the little circle you made.
Grab it and pull it into the syrup across my lap.
As
Saloon
you-
style.
As you touch it, ruins that you haven't seen light up. And as if a small cupboard or a door has been opened up inside your mind, a new awareness has connected to you and unlocks a few mysteries of the staff to you and its capabilities. As you hear and feel the mountain realizing where you're at and seeing this seeing a shadow of an eclipse going over a mountain, you hear that balance, and that awareness opens up, and you are now at level 5.
Okay.
Mechanics and details we've discussed, but this is now that opening.
Okay. Covenant. Laid across my lap, and I still need to call Owl, but I need to focus on this too for a little bit. But
Yep.
yeah.
Over the course of all of this, we can truncate that you are incommunicado with everybody else. A lot of things are happening, but by the end of it, as you're wrapping up and those lock gates open, as the light pierces through, Owl comes streaking through. during that 40-45 minute time, is anybody else doing anything else?
Yes. I am imbuing my halo of spores with my life essence and putting them, because I'm not sorry, my cat keeps trying to eat these beautiful dice. Thank you. To make sure that you need to stop or you're gonna go get down. To make sure that if whatever we're going to face up there is bad news, whatever we're not prepared for, I'm going to use symbiotic entity to awaken my spores, and so then I get 4 temporary hit points for each level I have, and when I deal my Halo of Spores damage, I will have a second damage die, and also my melee weapon will attack 1d6 necrotic damage. So I'll just be sitting
Nice.
somewhere to meditate on my okay, you gotta get I love you, but you're so cute and I can't. Sorry, folks. The perks of streaming from home. But I will be communing with the various microbes and spores that live along my person, as well as communing with my familiar rat that lives in my robes, who doesn't get that much attention these days.
Fair.
Been a little distracted. Making sure that we're all ready to go.
Okay.
So I'll have 20 temporary hit points, and I'm ready for action.
There you go.
Yeah.
Callan, what are you doing?
I'm just drinking.
You're just drinking. Okay, perfect. So as you're drinking, and they're all in deep meditative states, you see Theobald grab his staff and it light up, and him look kind of shocked and inspired, and just kind of then focusing in on himself. And then you see Maven doing similar, but you see almost like, it's not fireflies, but almost like that weird like insects and decay kind of weird thing that whenever she activates it becomes visible, and you almost get the sense it's always there, but starts to light up in multiple spectrum of colors as she's meditating. And you just kind of sit leaned against the railing of the boat as you are slowly rising and drinking and just looking at them. And then suddenly, as you take a drink, you get slapped in the face with like seaweed. And yeah, what the? Yeah, and all of a sudden it slaps you again. And as you as you're opening your mouth just to be like, what the heck? It starts to shove itself into your mouth.
The seaweed.
Yeah, the seaweed. And yeah. And as you're fighting it and just trying to pull at it, all of a sudden, you let go of your flask, but yet there it is. Like the seaweed's wrapped around the flask too, and it's holding out on the other end as it's trying to shove itself down your throat, and you're struggling with it. And all of a sudden, the flask comes as all of the seaweed has worked its way down your throat, and it is forcing the drink and the seaweed, everything down into you. And suddenly you hear a voice. I've missed you. You've been gone for so long, man, and I couldn't find you. And then I got the feeling like you said some things that you might regret if I would have heard you. And it was like on an answering machine, but I couldn't do anything about it. And now, like, you're here, and I care. I really care about you, and I wanted to make sure, man, you know it. And so here's a little bit more of me into you, man. Hope you like it. And then all of a sudden you can
Okay, thanks, buddy.
and then all of a sudden you see, like, as you're coughing and looking around, you see a crew member whose eyes are just saucers. And he's like holding some rope and just and then drops it. it just like starts to walk towards you and is like, Lois, the guy who paid a lot of money just disappeared. Did we tell the captain? And he's like walking closer and closer to you and just like, that's probably bad. Like the other two are here. We got the money first, right? And then all of a sudden he just touches your face and he's like, I think I found him.
Oh God. This is a finger in your mouth.
And then all of a sudden, a little
Lick him.
musical and pyrotechnic flourish kind of pops out of where my face was, so that in celebration of him finding me, it looks like.
I think oh. That's pretty.
Just a little prestidigitation effect.
I think that's a reward. Oh, I'm gonna talk to the cook about what we ate. And he kind of just starts to walk off, picking up the rope, and he's like, I didn't see or not see any of this. I don't want to hear anything.
Some of us are trying to unlock the mysteries of the universe, Cal.
What does this look like? Pretty mysterious, don't you think?
You all emerge into the river district. As you, the ship starts to exit, and Owl has made its way in, very happy and fluffing his chest and all that. You will very quickly see in the distance, there are troops, dragoons that are moving all about the front of the city and moving towards the walls. You can see there's no damage to the city. It doesn't look like there's been any kind of siege or anything like that, but there is definitely a lot going on. And as you quickly start making your way to the nearest kind of port there in the river district, in the distance you can see that Fountain Island where you need to go eventually. The sun is still high, but you are getting the sense, like, it's just that slight indication of, like, there's the moon. It hasn't started to go over the sun yet, but there it is. As you are all at harbor, at a dock, getting dropped off, and they're like, well, thank you for this amazingly lucrative opportunity. Here you are, the Cliffs District. I have to make my way down so I can make some more money. So quickly, off the ship.
And how much of that gold did I recover while I was just suddenly invisible?
Really?
Why would I pass up a chance like that?
Okay. Due to the fact, no, you know what? Just roll me a flat percentile.
Ooh.
Do you give him a wedgie too when you steal his lunch money?
No. He was nice. So nice.
That's why we're robbing him.
Hiking up prices.
Just a
like that.
percentage of his
Yeah.
due payment.
87.
Risking his life and his
87. Okay. So, you in the midst of not even your money, like, because that got put into a chest and locked away. You found, just through different crew members, you managed to gather up about 25 gold.
Ooh. A good return, right?
Stole from the working class.
Ooh, crap.
Wow.
Give me 1 second. My book that has some of my notes is
On fire? What?
It's on fire. Oh, God.
Skirgal ate it.
That explains the
He's
smoke in the
busy
background.
pooping it out right now. I'm gonna go
Oh,
grab it.
God. Oh, can y'all hear my cat purring, by the way? It's so loud in here.
No.
You can't hear it? Okay, good.
Mhm.
She's being so disruptive, but she's the least amount of disruptive if she's in my lap.
Hmm.
You're so cute. She
We
wants
throw
to
the
eat
be right back up. Do we want to be right back?
I can entertain you with more facts about my cat. She's a Scorpio, so there's that. You know, that tells you everything you need to know. She's. I don't know how old she is.
Got a request for
Um,
improv.
I've had her for an unknown amount of years because time is meaningless in quarantine. She's either
May have been
4
since
or
July,
10.
might be forever.
Yeah.
Sorry
She's
about
either
that.
4 or 10, depending on how long that she's lived with me. I'm not sure. But I've
Okay.
had her for a while.
Okay.
And she's
Sorry about that.
very smelly.
It was a mechanical thing that I had to make sure I had to, even though I know some of it's been discussed, but I had to have it just in case there were questions. Okay. So, as you, Callan, have managed to discover the money that fell into your pocket and are visible, and by the way, that can count against your level up to level 5 as well, by the way. You all step onto the dock, and as you do, kind of gathering yourself, looking up at the sky for like, how much time do we got? Like, clock is ticking. All of a sudden, you hear a familiar voice, and you hear, "Right, you guys, you made it. All right. I was told to wait for you, and you be here. And well, by gods, at this point, I shouldn't really doubt it. She's crazy, but crazy like a fox there. So here you are." Leech is standing there, and he is sporting now a full beard of leeches that almost goes into like a Viking braid on the chin. But yeah, and he's like, all right, gather up. So I had to tell you a couple things, important things, important. You see him all of a sudden look at his hand. Right, all right. Seely said a lot of things, but the one that seemed to make the most sense is you're gonna be on time as long as you're not late for the boat that will be early. The way I figured is I think that transport's been secured for you. I really can't tell if I'm right or wrong, to be honest. Also, and he pulls out two, imagine kind of like, how the cops have, like, the detectives have those slings for gun and all that. He pulls out two slings, and he's like, all right, I've got two of these. These are good for, keeping some of your stuff and like bandolier style, but preloaded into each one. I have a bottle of Cumbus beetles. They're pretty awesome. I've been raising them in secret because they're dangerous. But basically, if you want, shake them up and throw them at a thing, and if you hit it, it'll blow it up probably. They're really combustible when the different fluids inside the butts collide. Be careful. If you get hit really hard, they might break and then blow up on you. That is your warning. So basically, with an action, you can do a ranged attack with them. You kind of shake it up, throw it. It does 2d6 fire damage. And if they fail a DC 12 dexterity check, they are on fire, taking 1d4 fire damage for the next 2 rounds. So whoever gets those 2 slings has 2 bottles of combusta beetles. Also, then he will have 3 vials in his hand, and he'll be like, so I made some of the approximations of the healing potions. Here's 3. And those are regular, standard, alchemical healing potions. Nothing magical about them, but they just a little mixture of adrenaline, a little mixture of ibuprofen, and
Some Red Bull.
yeah, give you wings, baby. And then and he's like, "All right, so they're the gifts." And then he looks at you, Maven. He's like, I got a thing for you." And he kind of turns around, grabs a sack off his back, and pulls out. It looks like a blanket at first.
Oh, you shouldn't
pulls out-
have. My birthday was last week.
Happy birthday. And he opens it up and holds it up. He's much shorter in his stature. It looks like a green grass, like turf, perfect turf, kind of blanket. And as he gets to the top, you can see it is a cloak of some sort. And the second, he starts to hand it over, you can see just with your other kind of twigs and other stuff, you have accoutrements that are plant life. Immediately you see the not even weave, just the plant life just starts to mimic and echo in shading, camouflagey colors, shifting, mimicking the plant life you already have kind of affixed throughout your hair. And I've already sent you the mechanics, obviously, on this, but you now have the Chia Pet cloak of Maven.
Yes. Oh, I can finally be a mini golf course.
He's like, I'll be honest, that stuff was pretty crazy. I grew quite a bit of it, so much as I grew it as it took over a good percentage of my lab. But, right, I made a thing out of it that seemed to almost be willing to be made into this thing, so I don't know how much it was me, but you're welcome. Cue applause.
I squeal in delight. I will give you a lower decibel rendition of that now. Because I don't want to hurt your ears.
Everyone thanks you.
Yeah. I'm so excited about this because, well, first of all, regular me, human me, very excited. Maven's freaking the hell out. She's just imagine you give someone the most beautiful garment they've ever seen in their life. She's hugging it to her chest, oh, it's so beautiful. And it's rubbing it on her hair. It's everything.
Very soft.
Yes.
Even for just, it's that soft, planty,
Yeah.
Chia Pet grass,
I bow like this. Thank you, sir.
Right. And he bows too. And goes through some of his beard. And he's like, all right, well, nearly forgot. Talcia says, thanks for the heads up to everybody. She's good. She had a pretty rough couple days. But she got some info. I don't know what it is because she said, I don't need to know. And I said, is it dangerous? And she said, yep. And I said, you're right. So I don't know. But she's okay, even though it probably would have been worse if we didn't know. She got kind of in trouble with Dagnar for going into places she wasn't supposed to go because, Scalebinder's area. and she didn't like being told get out, so she attacked him, and he beat the holy living shit out of her. So, but she's cool now, off probation or whatever you want to call it. We kind of explained away some of it, I think.
Where's she at?
Uh, she is with Seely, who I do not know, but will be early, late, or on time to whatever time she says you're supposed. I really hate her. I really do.
All right, Leech, you gotta. What's going on in the city?
Oh, right. There's like an undead army outside our gates attacking.
An undead army?
Well, that's as near as I can tell. I haven't actually gone up there or nothing. But glowing like eyes, and they all are in states of like weird appearance. And from what I've heard from soldiers, they have shot many with arrows, and they seem reluctant to obey how life works normally.
So not the orcs.
The orc? Is there an orc army coming? What did you guys send?
It'll be fine.
All right. No. I mean, there may be orcs mixed in. I haven't heard specific counts, but there's a whole lot of things outside the gates, and everyone's trying to get out while the guards are trying to do their duty.
So the festival's not going on?
Oh no, that shit was canceled. Everyone kind of did their best to distance themselves from the festival and maintain respectable gatherings and try to just, leave orderly.
Ah,
Meanwhile, there's not enough boats, and so it's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
okay.
You do, looking around, by the way, Callan, do see there is the evidence of like, oh, people did decorate though. It's like there's some streamer type things. There's some like signage and things hanging, decoration of like moons, and just like it's like, oh yeah, that would have been this would have been a good one this year.
When did they arrive, Leech?
Oh, about 4 days ago, roughly. We heard about things about a week and a half ago. Things out in the countryside, things like that. Got a message from the monastery to the north, saying they were dealing with some sort of invading group, holding them off, needs support. Around that time, people got sent up. Never heard from them again. And then very quickly, there was a sizable force that is literally knocking at our doors. They don't seem to be pushing things too hard. They only seem to, in sporadic waves, come at us, start to climb up the walls without ladders, from everything I've heard. And it's pretty freaking terrifying, if you gotta ask me. And communications in and out, scale bound normal ways of magic seem sketchy. Teleportation is sketchy. Literally everything that is a normal way of operating is not reliable.
How far away are we from the walls?
You're probably a good 600-700 feet. I mean, it's a good pathway of like walkways and businesses and stuff like that leading towards the walls, to where like the river comes down and there are thoroughfares on each side of it, and then the walls.
So we
And
could
like
go look and come. We got time to go look.
Oh, absolutely, if you'd like.
Hmm.
Yeah, we should get a look at that. So is this the mindless undead, or are they
Who's
more
controlling them is the real question.
more
Leech,
intelligent?
where are you gonna be tonight? Leech, where are you gonna be?
Oh, I didn't hear the leech part. Sorry.
Yep, sorry, no.
Right. Me? I am going to be, if I can manage it, on a boat heading out. But I have been told I have to check in at the Scalebound henceforth by Dagnar. So we'll find out if I have to do things to maintain certain, kind of looking around a little bit, certain appearances.
All right, stay safe.
You all, I hope, stay alive, because I know staying safe really doesn't feel like the thing that really any of you even try to do. So just good luck.
You got my insignia still?
I do. Right. I feel like you're trying to tell me something.
Might help us get through these next couple hours if I got it.
Roll me a persuasion check. He's reluctant to. That's
Yeah,
the goblin
why
part
would
of him.
Why would he? Persuasion. Total of 14.
14. He's like a. Uh huh. Like, oh, it's back in me, lab. You know.
You know what you want. Let's go. Give me a task.
All right.
Not right now.
So he starts to head off. He's like, all right, yeah, good day. You know, have fun. And as you all start kind of making your way, Callan, in your head, in a very familiar voice, you hear Diana's voice. There you are, fool. And you hear the sound of a deep breath in, like someone sniffing the air. Just so close. Thanks to this body's unexpected ability. And I have many friends now just dying to meet you. I'll see you soon. End of message.
Is it with you hooking up with crazy? Got a type, man. God.
He does have an effect on women. I mean, it is a campaign-long thing.
So can I respond?
Yeah, it is
Probably
a
not a good
setting.
idea. But sure. Oh, Diana, you were so much more interesting before. I'd offer you a copper for your thoughts, but I'd be wildly overpaying for them. See ya.
Burn.
Oh, super. She did not respond well. So as you make your way towards the walls, everyone's, I mean, because in occasion, in D&D it happens, everyone's perception, passive, is above a 10, right?
Yes.
No.
Okay. No, it happens.
You're talking to the fool, you know.
Oh, that's true.
It's a 9.
Oh. Actually, you know, now that you say that, it is perfect. As you kind of rattle that response off, and you're all running, and Theobald kind of hears it, doesn't react, and then it starts to process. Kind of just as he's running, starts to look over at you. And then you hear somewhere between the range of a wolf howling and a like dragon roaring. You hear this hunting call go out of just, I can't mimic that, but it's somewhere in between that and just, and look up towards the gates, and immediately as you guys are starting to approach where you can start to make out the shapes of people up on the wall, you see movement and panic as all of the dragoons start firing crossbows, longbows over the side. And as you get closer, you start to notice a few shapes start to crawl up on top, and you see humanoid figures with like just exaggerated cheekbone structure and ears grown, hair, eyebrows thicker, and their normal human skin or tiefling skin or elven dragon. Well, dragonborn would be excluded in this. Actually, they just look more like them, where there's almost a scaliness to their normal skin tone. As they are climbing over and the dragoons are putting swords to them, spears, driving them back. And it's not, as you kind of approach and are ready to kind of jump in and lend a hand, you see as quickly as it started, it stops, where it was almost like just a little pulse of anger. And you look over and see the amount of figures out there where it's like, they have the numbers to be childish with their anger. It is a horde. Think, for just fantasy and all that stuff, think Helm's Deep.
That's a lot.
But not armed. They just look like people from this distance, except you see all of their eyes are glowing green.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh,
Callan would impulsively want to make his eyes glow red and start lending a hand by plucking as many off as he can with Eldritch Blast.
Sure, absolutely.
Those guys up on the gates, they need help.
Yeah, no, and it's like, and that's the thing. As quickly as you get up there and you start to lend a hand, firing off finger blasts, and Theobald, whether you are using the staff or shooting some eldritch bolts, Maven, like literally, as quickly as you get up there and start helping, that tide recedes, and then you see the horde in front of you, and even Callan, if you want, just over the wall, just.
I got double guns now.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if like they're not moving forward now, that wave came and it stopped. You can keep fire blasting all that. It is throwing rocks at a swarm coming at you. But they're not coming at you. They're waiting patiently. Even as you would knock off 1, 2, 3, 4, you see them drop like the old lines with muskets. They're not breaking ranks. They're not looking to their fallen comrades. They're just staring straight up at you. And at a
Are
certain
they all looking at Callan, or they're all looking up the walls?
yes.
I want to moon them so bad.
As this is all happening, you're having all those thoughts. You see one shape far back, 500-600 feet back in this horde as the group starts. It seems to like just start to open up around. One figure walk down towards the middle of this horde. And you can see, you're familiar with it even at this distance. You can see Diana. Her bald head, elven ears, and green glowing eyes, but they're a mixture of her old blue eyes with the green, but glowing.
It's her, but still not her.
What happened to her?
I
Cal,
don't
she's
know.
been talking to you.
Yeah, as far as I know, that thing we encountered with the aberration, the monstrosity, must have gotten to her.
As you all are talking about this, from this distance, which is hundreds of feet, you can see a big smile on her face as she
Theobald.
looks up, and you start to see the beginning of the eclipse as the moon starts to move just at the edge of the sun overhead.
Oh crap. Oh
Yeah.
crap. Oh crap.
Thought we had more time.
Yeah.
This doesn't bode well for these guys here either, or for us, because I told you I thought she's a werewolf, right?
Oh no.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So as you all kind of in that moment of, oh shit, break and take off running back towards the river and towards the small island and fountain in question, the high touched fountain. We're going to take a brief pause just because we are going to go probably a little longer than normal, and we have members with weaker bladders, and and so we'll be 5 minutes or so, and then we will resume. We are going to try to do what we did last time and just share kind of a we'll be right back. But if we get a black screen and it's theater of the mind, bear with us as we fix it.
Potty break.
Potty break!
Come on, Cammy, let's go.
Chris?
First one out. First one back.
Night, buddy. Love you.
Kim, what are you doing? You are much too large to fit in that box, you little fatty. The cat's trying to fit into my curling iron box, and she is very fat. Like, this is, Cammy, this is just sad. Come on. Have some dignity. Come here. Come here. God. You're just like your mother. God.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's go.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Get ourselves a treat. Am I old?
You're
I'll
not
be
that
honest, it
old.
took me a minute to figure out what that was related to in chat. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? The speaker? What? Then I realized I grew up in the inner city. There was no drive-ins, even if there could have been.
All right. So. All right. You all make your way down the cliffs, or not the cliffs, the river district, kind of skirting the thoroughfare right next to the river where there's the wall. And as you start to, like, you're getting closer, you can see the island off in the distance getting closer as you're hightailing it. The eclipse is at about 20% at this point. And as you start running, all of a sudden you hear a voice just ahead and just like a head poke out, and you see Silly's muss of hair. And she's like, "Oh, you're on time!" And Talcia also steps out, and she's like, "Oh, good, you're all here. Boat's waiting. Are you all ready?"
Oh, are you all right?
You can see some old bruising. She's like, "Oh, nothing my mouth hasn't gotten me in trouble with before."
Theobald will be scowling pretty fiercely at this point.
She's like, "I half did it to myself. I picked a fight with a ogre of sorts."
Still. All right. Are you two coming with?
I am. Silly says she's not supposed to be there yet. Her time is going to be later so that she's on time. And she's just nodding, just like, she's like, yep. And she's all of a sudden just looks at Maven. She's like, "You still have it, right?"
And I brandish the staff and I say, "You think I'd leave home without it? It's gorgeous."
Good, because that's gonna be something you're gonna potentially need, or at least you should need. No, you needed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Telsia like, right. So looking up at the sun, she's like, "Everyone on board, let's head out." And
Theobald
there,
is just gonna take a moment and just, Seely, thank you for everything.
she kind of looks at you in a very confused way. She's like, I haven't done anything yet.
Thank
But
you
you
anyway.
And then she kisses your cheek. And she's like, you're welcome for whatever.
All right. Theobald will help.
I almost. And she kind of looks down towards your junk. She's like, I almost gave her a thing to do something to you.
Callan intercepted it. It's all right. It's good. It's good. We're fine. Thank you, Seely. All right, everybody in the boat.
And then she, as you all get on the boat, she looks over at you, Callan. She's like, you saved me a dance, right?
Absolutely. Seely, you're one of the people who's seen me at my best and my worst, and I'm so glad you can't tell the difference.
And she just smiles, gives you a thumbs up. She's like, okay. You all get on the boat, and Talcia does a few gestures, and all of a sudden, the boat starts to move, and you are making your way towards the little island with the fountain of the gods on it.
While we're traversing, I'll take out the sack with my skull in it. Chelsea, I want you to hold on to this.
She looks at it, she's like, all right. What is this, darling?
Dear, in theory, Gardash says it's my skull. Something goes south. If you have a way of using that to bring me back, do it.
She gets like serious and kind of solemn, and she just, okay. She kind of tucks it away inside her coats and pockets and things like that, and she just kind of looks you up and down and like does the equivalent of just a brief kind of like fixing your tie. Like just kind of straightens, like just real brief, just will do.
All right.
You all make your way and arrive on the High Touch Fountain Island, or landmass. It's small. It's roughly 80 by 80. You know, it's not big. It's in the middle of the river. It's got just the slightest edge of a like 1 foot wall of stone all the way around it. There is a pathway on 2 of the sides, east and west, basically think stone pathway leading towards it to a circle fountain. And there is sculptures of each of the 6 dragons. One in kind of the stone used to embellish their forms, one of white ivory, one of metallic silver, one of red ruby, like each one just fully shown with a frozen look of about to implant a foot over the actual footprint, which is larger than the sculpture. And then in the middle there is a raised area of the fountain that just bubbles water down it, but is just raised up in the very middle. As you arrive, it won't take you long to, from the opposite side of the fountain, you'll see a shape step around. Very quickly you'll see that it is Gardash in his hulking form. And he'll walk towards you as you come up and tie off. And he'll just kind of nod to all of you.
As we were crossing, I'd like to send Owl out along the banks, trying to find Avery if she's around.
Okay. Roll me a perception at advantage.
Not great. 13.
13.
My perception owls.
Owls. Always
10.
owls when owls
10.
doing the
Sorry.
perception.
10.
10. Okay. 10. I will keep that in mind.
I'm just gonna leave him up circling. He's got a
Yep.
tongue.
I'm just using that as he's on sentry duty.
Yep.
Okay.
Callan, after he nods to Gardosh, will cast Mirror Image and bring up 3 other Callans.
He will kind of look and see that you see just the slightest restrained eye roll.
Theobald will thump the black staff and draw some of the vitality from the staff into himself.
Using a
false
charge.
life. Casting false life.
Yep.
My
using a
Eldritch
charge.
invocation.
Oh no! Yep. Sorry, I forgot about that.
No, sorry.
So many new mechanics. Level 5, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So as you stop, tap, and he kind of does that refrained eye roll, and then sees you, Theobald, and you. He just kind of a very slight nod, and then Maven looks to you and gives you actually a deep bow.
I preen a little bit, rub my new cloak.
Yeah,
A slight curtsy.
as you step on, like the grass here, which is, I mean, it's going into winter, which it's starting to have a little bit less lush of a look and a little bit more of grass that is getting ready for winter. Immediately, your cloak starts to take on the shades of the grass around you.
Mm.
And hello, you all managed to arrive on time. I'm hopeful that you're alive, and here you were successful in procuring one of the idols.
That Gardosh, are you absolutely sure about this ritual?
I am sure that if we are to have any chance against these false gods, this is the first step that we must take to give any of us a chance at this.
Theobald will pull the mirror out. Sovereign Decalis gave us this with her own hand and her blessing.
You see him definitely, like, the wheels are turning. She gave?
It felt a little bit. You've seen a Skurgelk toying with its prey.
Many times. I've been on the receiving end of a Skurgelk.
It felt a little like that. Theobald will tuck it back into his belt.
I thought she was really nice.
And he just looks over at you, just like.
Theobald will just roll his eyes.
A chorus of 4 Callans chime
Yeah, just really. He starts to like really not. No, I cannot engage with him.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, my chair just locked. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, there you go.
It's getting serious.
He just kind of. All right. I'll be honest. That is alarming. But I feel with the rituals we are doing, even if she feels there's something she can gain from this, it is still the best chance we have.
Maelstrom, do you concur? Try to make you do all the voices at once.
No. Oh, rolled a nat 20. She's going to be real quiet and almost startled when you say that. I believe him. Like, I think this is our best chance if we're going to do this, but yes, there are obviously unknown factors with, and just kind of like you can see she's reeling from the fact of you obviously interacted with Sorvin de Caldis, and she's like, he seems honest, and I believe this is likely, with the information I have, the best option. I just reserve the fact of there's new information that I wasn't aware of.
Before you ask, yes, she does smell as good as you think she does. I
To-
know you were thinking it. I know. Oh God.
Right in the middle. So she's like, that really? I mean, no.
Yeah.
I with information I have, it's I believe what Gardosh is saying.
All right. What do we need to do?
So he will very briefly kind of lay out this. It's a 3-stage process. It is technically 3 individual rituals. First one is the ritual of limbo.
Oh, I know this one.
Ooh, how low can you go?
Yeah,
It
tiki
is-
torches.
It is the ritual of change to the world. He tells you it will alter the world using the power from the dragon's idol that you managed to steal or were given. To change the world so that the dragon god's powers will be sapped, that they can no longer drain the energy and prayers and souls of mortal beings. Yes, they have all that they've acquired, but they can no longer gain more. Second phase is the ritual of command. To be able to command the souls of the mortal. This, he kind of lays out, is that it can control the fate of the souls of mortals. Through a command given, it can allow them to do as command is given, to allow them to pass into the hereafter that they were meant to go, and command them into the heavens, into an afterlife that they were meant to be, versus being devoured by the dragons. He kind of playfully, in that moment after a serious thing, just mentions, you find simple things from what Lahun has told me with any sort of spells that require a phrase or command. The simpler sometimes is the better. And I was thinking, be at peace.
Sure. We've got an army of undead at our heels, so we'll be useful.
And he kind of nods at that. Hopefully, with what apparently some cult, as I have learned, is doing, should hopefully alleviate that problem. Those people are dead. Their souls are trapped. This hopefully should give them purpose. Phase 3, the third ritual, ritual of blessing. And Maven, this one would intrigue you because this, in some way, kind of goes back to the idea of the original blessings that were suggested that the dragons gave the individuals who you now know were actually dragon, blah, 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 blah. But a ritual of blessing. This will allow us to call down a true blessing to empower us with our true selves, a returning to who we were meant to be, the knowledge stolen, shackles unbound, our senses undulled, that the dragons have done to us in
Not
the
understood.
sapping of us and the deceiving they have done.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Into that.
All right. He will kind of nod to all of you, and look up. At this point, it's about 75-80% of the eclipse. We need to start soon if we are going to do this.
Let's roll.
Here we go. Callan can't help but strut when he's got mirror image up. So
Theobald will take the mirror out. Before we begin, Gardosh, who betrayed my squad? Who betrayed my team? The first time we met, the first time you killed me.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna burn an inspiration point.
Okay.
9.
As he reaches out to grab the mirror, not take it, just kind of grab the other side of it. He looks at you. I cannot tell you who, for the answer is nothing that would bring you peace or bring you horror. You are not betrayed by friend.
He'll let it go. He's got another quiver in that arrow back with Norwin, so.
He will nod to all of you one by one, and he will step up onto the actual fountain and up onto the middle section. And he will take out a scroll, roll it out, hold it in front of him, and the first one, he'll place that mirror, the looking glass, into the fountain at the top.
Maven, Telsia, Callan, you keep an eye on him. I'll stand watch. So
Andy?
run the perimeter or step on the perimeter, keep an eye out for things. while-
Talcia will immediately go on the opposite side from where you're all at, and she's just without you don't even finish the sentence, and she's just nodding, and she's going out that way. So you all are keeping an eye out.
Mhm.
He starts to chant words that none of you are familiar with.
Theobald will expend a charge and pulse the black staff. We should ask how long this is going to take, but give the 5 of us on this island here advantage on saving throws for the next hour.
Okay. Boom.
For a charge.
Before everyone disperses, you just boom do that, and everybody now has advantage on saving throws. That is, I believe, your third charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. He starts to chant the words. This takes several minutes. He makes gestures. He looks down at the glass, eventually picks it up at a moment, raising it up, setting it back down, more words you can't understand, and eventually at the end of it, you see him raise it up again, shouting, and slam it down onto the fountain dais up top. And from it, a beam of light shoots up, spreads across the sky just as the full lunar eclipse begins, and everything goes to black. And immediately, in the sky above, you see an aurora borealis. and from the water around, you start to see a mist rise. Eerily familiar to you three. He then, you see it seems to have taken something from him. He then puts that, kind of tosses that scroll aside and pulls out another one. Opens up and he looks down at y'all. All right, I will start the next one. Be at ease, but be on guard. I will do as I will. And begins. And as he starts to chant and start to speak, you see him pull out as a ritual component halfway through the book you guys got from Highport and sets it down on the dais and opens it and begins chanting words and speaking and yelling commands into the sky in words you're not familiar with. Owl is definitely, as flying around, is seeing there's now a resumed interest of the horde outside as mist is now from the center where you're at expanding out everywhere. And the horde is climbing the walls and attacking. They are successful, is the best I can say, just because it's not just a wave. They are coming. Over the course of the next several minutes, you hear him continue and continue, and at the end of it, you hear in plain common, "You are mine!" And a light of green explodes out in a wave. And then from that, the light, as you see it move past you in that green wave, start to change color and shift out into a purple spectrum and continue out beyond sight through Owl's eyes and through all of yours. You see him drop down to one knee and then start to lift himself back up. The last bit, the blessing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I hit a button. Sorry.
No, we can still hear you.
I saw the icon pop up on my screen. He raises himself back
So
up.
you're not just pausing for dramatic effect?
No, that wasn't all. The blessing. I must be ready. This part is difficult. He starts to chant words, and as he does, he pulls out that cube that you all remember getting from Alan Dole and sets it on the dais.
Where did he get these things?
And he starts chanting. And as he's chanting, suddenly you hear a shout in the distance. Like, you're hearing lots of things in the distance, but you're hearing a shout in the distance. Someone calling out. And as the voice starts to get closer and closer, it starts to become more familiar. Hold on. The voice gets more familiar, and you hear, as clear as the last time you heard it, a voice calling out, "Wait! Wait!"
Slate?
Q?
Wait, wait. You are all a bunch of fools. What are you doing up in here?
No. The fool. Come on over.
You can no longer trust this man. You have been led blindly. He is using all of you.
Is this what?
So coming from a boat, you see Loon. Stepping on shore, running towards you. Loon, what do you look like since the last time they last saw you?
Well,
Welcome back.
hello, everyone.
Hi.
Loon no longer looks like the fresh-faced freshman from the monastery. He is grizzled, a little tired looking. Tattoos now covering a portion of his face and a side of his neck down his arms. He has mostly lost the coverings covering his arms, and you now see the purple bruising that just covers him. Is apparent to all, no longer ashamed by it. He has some jewelry in his ears. Is a changed man, and he is striding as powerfully as he can on the front of this boat, urging the boat to continue moving as quickly as he can.
You make sure you step onto the grass, the 7-foot hulk you are, striding towards Theobald and Callan, especially with wide eyes, and Maven, who you've only met briefly, but you at least know who she is.
Hi.
I'll give her a cursory nod and address the other two. We do not have much-
Meanwhile, yeah, the Gardosh is on top of the fountain, and there is almost this light in a sphere that is starting to surround the actual fountain.
there is much time to explain. This is not a good thing he is doing here. Bazozan lied to you. He is a part of the Dragon Force. He is the 7th one, the one that was betrayed, and this power that is being released will only empower him while disempowering the rest of them. He intends to rule this realm. We need to stop this now.
Inside check on Loon.
Roll insight.
No,
Has he been possessed?
it makes 100% sense. It really does.
Be I've got new skills now. Let's see.
Never
Yeah,
trust a
yeah.
Frenchman.
Dirty 20.
What was that, Maven?
I just said never trust a Frenchman.
Hey, I get you. Theobald,
And we've
especially
lost
you.
half our viewers. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, weird. We really had a oh.
I knew the audience as soon as I started.
Theobald,
Isn't it?
making that connection back to that sculpture, that mural you saw, and that 7th dragon in the distance behind the 6 dragons in the sculpture, one falling. It kind of clicks in your head of he might be a dragon, as he's saying. Something isn't right. The words that he said just the last ritual of be at peace, he didn't say. And now he's using relics that were in the Scalebound's possession, and like
Get
all of this is
together.
like clicking in of like, oh shit, you know?
I'm bamboozled.
And all of a sudden, as he's chanting, you all look at him at the exact same time, just these thoughts connecting, especially. And you see his eyes flare up and light up in purple. Continue.
Theobald will immediately turn and with the black staff throw an eldritch blast at
Yeah, I was gonna
Like-
say.
I got
this
you.
Loon. Fully trusts him in this moment. Turns and blasts at Gardosh with the eldritch blast from the black staff.
Okay. So you immediately just, making these connections, seeing that, you just, boom!
I
And
will
it
be
smashes
following him.
across a dome.
Oh, fudge. Okay.
I have it.
Dome, huh?
For right now, everyone roll me initiative so I can keep track of the order of things because we are getting close to the potential of combat. But it'll be, because of time, loose combat.
Fair enough.
Sealy, that staff better come in handy now.
Initiative, anything above a 20?
No.
Not yet.
15 to 20.
15.
18.
All right, so Callan, Loon. 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
Oh, no.
9.
9,
Oh, no. Okay.
What's your dex mods, both of you?
We're not
3.
5.
All right, so it is Maven, then Theobald.
In the cleanup spot.
In the
Yeah.
cleanup spot. Good place.
Taking out the trash.
You just have time to.
Somebody's
A
gotta be
battlefield general observes the battlefield
Uh-huh,
before
yeah.
acting.
Uh-huh.
Just trying to help, man. All right. So we're going to say, just with the initiative round, you acted at the end of it. Everybody else was so shocked with your role. You got to act on that surprise round. The thing happened. And you know what? That being said, a thing happened. You basically, as the lights in his eyes flashed purple, and you threw out that Eldritch Blast, it hit across a shield, and you see him look in your direction, and then you see the shape of Gardosh flicker, and then it's Bazozan.
Oh.
See it? I say. I kind of say to the other two. "See, I know you. When have I ever been dishonest? Eh?
All right. You can do, like I said, loose combat, loose everything, but Callan, action, or if you want more detailed conversation with back and forth, like you're choosing action or detailed conversation. You choose.
All right. We'll go for action, and my intent right off is try to misty step within breathing down his neck distance.
Mm-hmm.
Roll
And-
me an Arcana check at disadvantage, sir.
Okay.
But wouldn't it be flat? Because we have
Oh,
wait.
there's a new
what?
thing
Savings
going on in the
throws.
world for next
Oh.
season.
Damn it.
16 and 14, so 14
So that's your Arcana check with the modifier?
with yes
Okay.
and
So-
disadvantage.
14, and that's a level 1 spell, right? Or level 2? That's level
Mis-
2.
Misty step. This is the Ravenheart cloak I'm using.
Oh, it's an item. Okay, so I have to make a check for that because it's an item. Okay. So as you use that item's ability and you turn into a sudden flock of ravens and just start shooting towards the dome, the birds disperse around it and come back to the exact position you were at. Due to what you rolled and what I rolled, you didn't use the item's charge because it was an item spell, but it was ineffectual. It rebounded off of it and came back, and all of you saw in the mist almost electricity follow the path of the ravens and then rebound.
So can I burn my twist of fate to make something weird happen?
Yeah, boy.
Specifically,
I would say normally, because no one's ever done it,
Mhm.
I would say before you get the result of the roll is when you should do it. But for this time, because it's the first time,
Mhm.
let's hear it, baby.
Yeah.
I would like something weird to happen that triggers as many of my wild magic surges as possible. And maybe it looks like Terrafin, his power just caught up to me from when we were not connected.
No, I already have a thing.
Oh, where'd Callan go? Oh, he's up there, over there, down there, in that corner.
Second you
I
brought
got a
that
little
up,
mummy.
I know where that's going. 2, 3, 4, 5. I have
Here's a vial. Pour him in here.
I have 5d20 in my hand.
Maybe we can get Leech to regenerate.
There are rules for how this
Throwing me
works,
one.
but
Okay.
I'm going to roll.
Oh,
If
man.
I get and I think I've explained it before, right?
Yes. the 18, 19, 20 or whatever.
Yep. That will trigger the what's in Callan's mouth.
Big money, no whammies.
Yeah, come on.
Papa needs
So
to-
Callan, as you shoot forward, slam into the wall, and you spend all of your, or not all of, yeah, pretty much, there's a cap, all of your inspiration for a twist of fate to make a weird thing happen. Not one of those dice were on your side.
Oh,
That's so weird.
But because I love the idea,
hey, yay.
I'm going to use 3 of mine to say 3 of those dice did.
Oh,
So roll me 3 percentiles.
Okay.
Because
Oh.
as the Joker once said, bring on the chaos.
Yes, let's do this.
I got to bring up
I'm
that chart.
excited for this, man.
Callan's mouth affects magic table. Question
I'm ready.
Baby
break
Werner
glass when
inside the
in-
dome with Gardosh.
All right,
/
everybody, clear out.
That would've been
the
great.
Vomit.
So just one at a time or drop them all?
However you want, just give me the numbers one at a time for my sake.
Okay. Starting with the lowest, 16.
Okay. 16. Okay, next one.
Wow, that is low for a percentile.
52.
52.
One of these had better do something good.
Or this might be
Flowers.
The end,
This could be completely useless.
What's the last one?
is a 67.
Oh, okay.
It's a potted plant skipping along the outside of the door.
Yeah, right. What is
Falls to
this?
the ground, breaks the pot.
Well, here's to a long life and a happy one, to a quick death and an easy one, to a cold pint and another one.
Always is theatric.
I'm looking them up so I can just hit you with them in succession.
Yay.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
No.
Just like do it.
All right. So as you reemerge from the birds, and you're like, look around, you're like, oh, I am not where I. And you sneeze 3 times in succession. Each one, a different thing happens.
Oh, dear.
The first one, you have a 3-foot beard. Very similar to, just for the fans, from the face behind you to the face in front of you. Just,
I did have someone message me today to ask if your beard was real, and I said no.
tug on it.
Clip-on.
Tug on it
Clip
like
on.
Santa's beard.
It's all special effects, CGI, paper mache, and chicken wire.
The second one, you, and as you do, you feel a lump go up your throat, and as an egg hits the ground, cracks open, and a baby chick comes out. Just,
What the heck?
Are you my mother?
and then you, like, as you kind of look at it, you, and then just like a 10-pound bag of ice just all over the ground in front of you and sits there on the ground.
Well, they're useless, but they're fun.
Okay, so
Okay.
you know what
That's what
this
had to
means,
hurt.
right?
You know what this means, right?
You're a mother. Congratulations.
Yes,
That's
we have
exactly
to.
how birth goes. Yes.
I put the chick in my name.
Loon. As Maven picks up the bird, Loon,
He's
what
my
are you
son.
doing?
Marveling first off at the wonderful spectrum that just happened before me, and then quickly refocusing on Gardosh / Bazazan / whoever the seventh dragon is.
Yep.
We haven't found anything to get through the dome yet. No,
No, not yet.
not yet.
Callan
Okay.
tried his best. Tried all sorts of stuff.
I'm actually, I'm gonna, while I'm running up to it, I'm gonna just try and chuck a dart through it, just kind of haphazardly. Does it actually pass through, or is it is it magic only or physical?
So you throw it, and
Yep.
as you throw it, you can see that it's kind of a mixture.
Mm.
That like a good chunk of the metal and leather and all that kind of bounces off and falls. You do see almost like grated cheese, some metal passed on the other side.
Okay, that is good knowledge to know. Do not touch the dome. I've got nothing. Oh, what the heck? I know magic doesn't work, so there's no use using that.
You got your
Right.
cloak.
We're gonna keep moving.
Yeah,
We can-
keep
you did a
just
thing.
yeah.
So, Maven,
Yep.
what are you doing? Are you talking more or are you doing things?
In
This
true
is-
Maven fashion, she does first and then realizes that was a mistake later. She takes the staff from Thiele, and tries to see what will happen.
Fair. Roll me a percentile.
Okay. I know what a D10 looks like.
Two D10s.
Yes, I know what those are. No, I found it. Don't worry, I got it. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. No, I got it.
Is it for real though? Like for real?
Yeah. Is that a 6? I think it's a 9. Yeah, 89.
89.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think that's a 9.
I like how we have to resort to just random wild stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what to throw at this. Give me the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Before I try normal things, give me the kitchen sink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one who's tried a sensical approach so far.
All right.
Par for the course.
Maven.
Yeah.
Do you have dice accessible?
Yeah, I've got a whole pile of them over here. Thanks.
Super. I'm going to go to the next person's turn.
Okay.
In the meantime, I like you
Yeah.
to roll me 10d12 and tell me the result.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want a total then?
Yeah, total number of rolled. Theobald,
Okay.
what are you doing?
How far away am I from
Because you're
Callan?
all acting at the same time.
Yep. How far away am I from Callan at this point?
5 to 10, 20 feet.
All right. Run up to him, grab him by the jerkin, and just kind of yell over my shoulder, "Hold on, we're gonna try to disrupt him." Slam the black staff down and try to cast Dimension Door
Ooh.
and get us inside with Gardosh.
Oh wait, shoot! I could have tried that.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so as you run over and with your plan in mind, you reach out and he's a flock of birds. And you see the electric light in the mist, him rebound as birds. Maven, what'd you roll?
That was 10 of them, right?
10d10, yep.
Yep. Okay. Ooh, I'm calculating because I'm not good at math. 10 plus 7 plus 8 plus 2 plus another 10 plus a 5 plus a 9. 66.
66.
Mhm.
Perfect. So as you reach out, see all of that, and all of a sudden you see Maven release this energy from the staff, the rod, which basically bursts into a kaleidoscope of color and spectrum in this tight kind of like DNA helix of energy as it slams in and creates a barrage of lights and colors. Yeah, blinding almost for a moment, adding to the lightning and the mist. And then all of a sudden, Callan's in front of you in a group of feathers, and you grab him, and in a opening of like a stargate of color and mist, you grab and lean in. Callan, are you objecting to being grabbed and pulled somewhere you are unfamiliar with into a door that is who knows where it goes?
No, it sounds fun.
Super. I knew you would be willing. It's part of the spell. You step in and you are at the bottom of the fountain looking up at Gardosh. Oh, nope, not Gardosh. Zazozan as he's casting this spell, and as he looks down at you and you see the flare of light still on the inside of the dome from what Maven just did, and you see flickering and static going through it, and you see pieces, what looks like almost like magical glass falling from this dome. It's still holding, but it is falling apart.
Yes.
Maven,
Yes,
good
Bailey.
rolls, good use of that rod. That did a crap load of damage to this dome.
I'm going to lean on the divine belt buckle provided by Loon.
Not yet, because you just did an action.
Action search from the belt buckle for the.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Oh, wait,
Yep.
no, that's on an attack. It's on an attack. I'm not doing an attack right now.
Okay. So, as you emerge and come in, all of a sudden you see him look down at you, and you can see Zazozam, this older man. You've seen him with like that leathery knee brace on, always with that limp. Just deep. I mean, think nowadays, Jeremy Irons, because that's kind of the look in my mind. Starting to slowly turn back the clock and look like Jeremy Irons from, earlier films, and looks down at you. And you see that purple in his eyes that's glowing suddenly start to turn into slits. And nothing is being cast upon you. But you almost get that feeling of fear being called up inside of you. Even though nothing's happened. You just get that, that monkey in a tree who has fight or flight, So that is that round, top of the round. Callan, you are now inside the dome with a crazy purple-eyed, slitted-eyed, getting younger Zazuzan looking down on you with a glassy dome falling around you.
Ooh, well, I poofed in here for a reason, so I'm gonna just jump to action.
Yeah, it worked out no matter how it came about.
Right
You're
on.
about 30 feet away because you're right outside the fountain.
Okay, I am going to. So 30 feet away from him.
Yep.
I'm gonna hex that guy.
Hex!
All right.
Remind me what that does to him.
Hex as a bonus action. That extra damage on my attacks, and then I can drop his ability checks. Just give him disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability, and I will drop his dexterity.
Okay, perfect. All right. That might help certain people in the future.
And that's a bonus action. So
Okay.
so then right after that, double finger guns, because I can fire 2 Eldritch Blasts now.
Yep. Fire away.
Right at him. Okay, so
Roll.
those 2 attack rolls are 19 and 11.
As you fire, first one slams into his chest, the second one slams into his hip. he takes both.
Okay, first one damage 13. Second one 8.
Okay. So you see he's taken the damage. You can see, like, in his leather armor and his cloth tunic and stuff that he normally wears, you can see the holes and skin underneath that is raw and opened up and a little bloodied. And there's no healing or anything going on right now. He looks like a fragile human. Though he is getting younger, the damage is still there. Loon, you're up. What are you doing? Talking or are you acting? You're on the outside of the dome.
Well, I saw that Maven did a considerable amount of damage to the dome. I saw what it did to my dart. I'm a little nervous to actually use. Maven, I don't know if you can do that. What you did again? If you can do it again, do it again. I do not want to risk what I have here. Oh, this might be a large regret, and I'm just gonna try and punch the just try and punch the.
Roll me an attack on the dome.
Incensinum, the barbarian monk.
I got nothing else, man.
Hey, he's learned some new things since.
I have.
You learned how to punch real good.
Real good.
Real good. I haven't used this sheet in so long. Where the heck is everything?
We talked about this.
We did talk about 15.
15. Ironically, it's a large dome.
Yeah.
You hit it.
Couldn't be too hard to hit, right? All right.
Roll me your hit.
Okay. Oh my gosh, max damage 8.
8.
I'm using the dice so wonderfully gifted to us by
Ooh,
all right.
Catherine.
Oh, you got
Ooh.
dude, that lapis D20 rolls like a dream.
Oh.
By the way, Catherine, we are trying to get it on Facebook, but I've been locked out of Facebook for Down with Dragons. We are fixing that. I apologize.
You took some pictures.
Are you attacking just the once, or are you doing fury blows or off?
So I actually get 2 attacks if I firstly I'm testing to see if it even does it have enough.
You feel it, and it actually ripples like water going out.
Screw it, man. I'll do it again. Yeah, that's a natural 20 on that one.
Double damage.
Yeah, boy. One's not on the thing. Oh, 2 5s. 5, 10, 12.
Let me add everything up. It's gonna be close.
Well, knowing that, I'll spend a key point for flurry of blows. Thank you. Hold on, where's my key points? Right there. Okay. And roll again for attack. Scott, you'll never believe me. I did another nat 20.
I believe you.
I told you this thing rolls like a dream.
Uh-huh.
It's
Nice.
gonna screw me so hard later.
Yeah.
That's not as good.
As soon as I do a skill check with you with that dice, I
I
know
I
it'll be
know.
on my side.
All right. Did you get that 9?
9. Okay, 9 more.
Yep.
Okay.
Those dice are the real storytellers.
So you
Yeah, they are.
slam and hit it, and you see that ripple, and on the inside you see more flaking of magical essence falling. Turn, slam again, and you see more. And the ripple gets wider and rebounds off itself and comes back, and you just match that moment when it's rebounding, that ripple back,
Harmonic resonance.
and you put your hand to it and do a, what is it, a 2-inch
1 inch
punch
punch,
or
whatever.
1-inch punch, and basically just bam. And as you do, the entire dome shatters.
Nice. Well, I have another unarmed strike with that flurry of blows, but I guess
Distance wise, you're about
Just gone.
65, 70 feet away.
Yeah, I
from
can't.
Zazzle.
I'm fast, but I ain't that fast.
I get it.
I can cover most of that. I can cover 50 feet. I'm gonna get right up in there.
So you start to go right into the fountain, running full
Yeah.
speed as you break through, using that momentum, jump into the fountain. You're looking up, about to make a move, and Maven.
Yeah. So am I watching the dome like shatter then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It all happens so fast. You hit it, and then you see Loon just bam, 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 and just shatter.
Yeah. So I know for a fact that because I having used the staff before, I know I can't do the same thing twice.
Now,
But I really want to
know,
use it again.
Lively.
you can. Go for it.
Do it.
And I want to aim. I would assume towards where I don't know if I can call shots, but towards where I think Gardosh was last. Or
Oh, he hasn't stopped moving. He's still standing on the dais. He's doing
Hell
the
yeah.
ritual. He hasn't moved. Okay, aiming.
pop, pop.
All right, roll me that percentile.
Okay, that is an 64.
Okay.
Please be something cool and not a weird smell.
Are you a wild magic sorcerer?
No, I'm a druid.
No,
Okay.
this is a gift from Silly.
Oh, that's what I was like. What? I thought I could have sworn you were a druid. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, the circle of spores isn't super helpful till 6th level.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's one of the late game powerhouses.
But it's so cool when you get there.
Mhm. Oh no, I agree.
Oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So as you reach out and cast that, all of a sudden this burst of energy shoots out, goes 10 feet, and stops in this weird golden silver ball of light,
Okay.
and then shoots straight up into the sky. You used
Okay.
another charge.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things it does.
Uh-huh.
It's I'll be honest. It's crazy powerful. Not beneficial right now. Crazy powerful. Let me just put it to you this way, because I relabeled and recategorized a few things, because this is based off the Rod of Wonder.
Mhm.
Somebody that died sometime, who knows how long ago, just woke up. Somewhere in the world.
Been going around.
We've got another slate on our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except you made this one.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're swearing their undying allegiance to me as we speak. I love that.
Oh no,
Loving
no,
that.
there's no. Steely made this. She's not that.
You're
Forward.
right. Darn
All
it.
right, Theobald, you're up.
How many feet am I away from him?
You're about 35, 40 feet,
Uh,
right outside the fountain, looking. So it's 30 feet, 5'10", up,
Silentium, interspatium, nomen virginis. The silence between spaces in the name of the maiden. Casting silence in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point that I choose, which is where Gardash is right now at the top of the fountain.
Does he roll a save?
He's immune to thunder damage. He's deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. There does not appear to be a save.
Really? That's like feels weird that a spell doesn't have a save involved in it.
I mean, I'm not casting it on him. I'm casting on the space. I'm looking at D&D Beyond just to be sure.
No, you might be right.
It's just the abbreviated thing that's in the thing. Silence.
Yep.
There's no
Huh.
save. It's a concentration spell.
You know what? Technically, he gets a thing, so I'm gonna see if I can do it.
Technically. Technically.
And I'm
As a-
gonna give myself advantage for it.
Like a legendary
I'm
action
gonna
or something, maybe. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's 100% what it is. Except it's not a legendary action.
Bonus action, I'm drawing a poisoned arrow from my quiver.
Super. I'm using a lair action.
You're using, pardon me,
I'm using a lair action.
a lair action? Sure.
Think about
Oh.
the implications of that, by the way.
That's not cool, dude.
That is a 22 to save in regards to basically using counterspell to stop your spell.
I use a reaction from the black staff to counterspell the counterspell.
And the whole world ends.
Sure, there's a roll off, but I'll allow it. Absolutely.
What would you like me to roll?
Okay, so, you know what? Because I didn't really foresee this.
Counterspell is if it's casting, if it is casting a spell of fourth
Yep. No.
level
I
higher
know.
than DC 10 equals 10 plus the spell's level. If it's not just a third.
I know what he has access to.
Okay.
So arbitrary,
Yep.
because I didn't think of this
Yep.
scenario. I'm gonna roll just a D10 of
Okay.
what he might have thrown into it.
Okay.
Okay. At what level are you casting it?
I only have the one level. Third level. So when I think
Well,
about
no,
third,
you do. Okay, if I didn't make it clear, you can use multiple charges with all those spelled level
no,
things
not
to
it.
juice them up. So it's a risk reward thing.
Okay.
Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
Yep. No, that's fine. I've got so the 2 charges to cast. I got 2 charges left.
No. You've used 4. Right?
I've used, so I've got, hold on. I had 2. I cast 1 to bolster everybody except Loon
Yep.
because he wasn't here yet.
And then you're
Shh, I gave him advantage on saving throws.
okay. There's 4.
Uh,
You have
so that was
6
sorry.
charges.
Nope. So it was, I had 2, 1, 2 bolster our saving throws. 3, 2 on the dimension door. Oh, excuse me. 3 on the
Oh.
dimension door. 3 on dimension door. 2 now on counter spell. I've got 2 left.
Okay.
So I can burn an additional one to do an additional level. Is that what you're saying?
If you'd like.
Okay. I will do
That checks
that.
out.
So
Okay.
that leaves 1 charge left.
All right.
So that casts it at 4th level then.
Okay, make me an Arcana check. Because it is above that level.
Be a 12. It says DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Do you want, but however you want to do it, because it's a legendary action, not a layer action. So yeah. whatever
I'm
you
still following that rule
Yep.
for that. It's just allowing to cast it as.
want. Yep. And my Arcana is the same as my Blackstaff Warlock modifier anyway. So
Okay. So as his counter spell flares up and this like in the remnants of the breaking dome, all of a sudden it starts to raise up in a wave and you cast out your will, just burning what you have left in the staff.
I got 1 left.
Or 1 left. Okay. Most of what you have left to rise up against it. You feel that golden light, that blackened, smoky gold kind of phase out, hit that wave, and then fall away as it turns into smoke and that wave overwhelms and his counterspell overrides. He cast it at an 8th level. That's why it was.
Yep.
I rolled a d10 and it was 8th, so I have to check off that 8th level. Which
All right.
that's
We'll
good.
sap him that way.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
He only gets 1.
Due to the fact of that, his turn, his attention is focused, and he has to spend his turn reorienting the spell, even though he broke the silence before it happened, and resumes. and you start to see weird shadows around the courtyard start to gather behind him. Callan.
Yes.
Oh my God, the time. Sorry. Jerry, I'm so sorry. Keep going. Keep going. Quick, quick. Everything's quick,
Okay.
quick.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna tell him, hey, stop this junk guy, and then keep Eldritch blasting him.
Okay. Roll me.
All right. So first one.
I'll give advantage to everyone who has it, what they want to do when I say your turn.
Okay. First to hit is 26. Second to hit is 12.
Okay. First one hits.
Okay.
Damage.
Damage. Got 8 from the 12 from the Eldritch Blast, and then 4 from the Hex. So 16.
Excuse me.
Okay. Both of those slam into him. Bam, bam. Or the one slams into him. And the damage, you can see ribs exposed on his chest. Loon, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, slam that staff. The rune, all the carving is gonna glow. Guiding bolt, 3rd level,
3rd level. So, okay.
66. You said no. You said I get advantage because I had.
Yep.
I
If
knew
you know
I
what
was
you're doing, because our times were past. We're almost at 9:30.
Natural 20.
What?
No joke. No joke.
I believe you.
Oh.
What is the damage?
All
I'm
right.
not even question it.
Okay.
Take advantage of me.
3, 6, 9, 9, 14, 16. I gotta roll these again. 14, 24, 8, 9, 32, 37.
Damn. You see that slam into him, and he is now. There is a hue of golden light around him. The next person who attacks has advantage because this was a hella guiding bolt. And you see actually through his side where that rib was already exposed from Callan's blast. There's now just a straight up hole there. And you see him looking down and looking angry and looking at everything he's doing. You see a lot of mixed emotions there. He's having a day. Maven, you're up.
Yeah. I cast Flaming Sphere. And what I'm intending to do here is I can move the sphere. You ever heard of the game baseball?
Sure.
I don't know if you're familiar.
I mean, I've heard. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yep. So I'm making a 5-foot diameter sphere, an unoccupied space. So next to him, essentially, I can move it up to 30 feet and ram the sphere into that creature. The creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage. So what I want to do is ram it into him.
Super.
Yep. It ignites flammable objects not being worn or carried, which I'm hoping it.
How is a 22?
Good.
I don't know. Hang on. So you made a dex saving throw? You got a 22?
Let me.
Doesn't he have
check.
disadvantage on dex because of something?
Oh no!
Oh,
It's a flat
that's
roll.
saves. Plus, he's got advantage on saves.
So that's a flat roll.
Oh, you. Oh, man. I was watching the stream when y'all were like bolstering him. I'm like, you fools, what are you doing?
Flat roll.
Roll faster next time, Lou.
I know.
Can you stop? Flat roll. That is a 16 plus his, which you don't know why, his 3 plus his 2.
Okay.
So
That's mine's an 18.
so he saves.
Shit. If he saves, I still think he gets some damage.
Yeah, I think it's half.
Creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Cool. Why is that? Okay, so I'm just gonna roll now. The damage that he takes at 6 max damage. That's 8 damage of the sphere ending, being near him.
Okay.
8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. Okay. That damage is racking up on him. Theobald, your turn. What are you doing?
Lentium interspacia nomen Virginius. Silence again. You went silent. You hit the button.
Damn it.
It worked.
It worked. Yeah. All right. You cast that. And you see a look of frustration and anger as you do. His turn. There's going to be a wave of magic that moves out. All of you make me wisdom saving throws.
With advantage or
Well,
flat.
I don't
whatever.
get that because I wasn't there.
Yeah, sorry, Lynn.
Wisdom. Okay. So my wisdom save would be a 19.
30-20.
30-21.
14.
Okay. So, Callan,
Yes.
you are the only one affected.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, right? You feel your body lock up. And you're almost raised up off your feet, but you're kind of on your tippy toes. As you are just held in place in this moment.
Well, we got
And-
lucky.
And he looks at all of you. And he's going to use because we've now surpassed, and he's going to use their action. He hasn't even gone to his legendary yet, by the way. And all of a sudden, another wave goes out, and insects! Do you have any idea how long I've waited? How long I've been with you ants? It is my time. If anyone is going to bring down my siblings, it will be me. I have crawled and eked out my existence with you insects for so long. Helping me will help you. Allow me to finish, if you so please. And then he's going to go back and resume the ritual. Callan, you're indisposed. Next round, you can roll on it. Loon,
Yeah.
you're up.
Oh man, I'm up in there. Attack, flurry of blows.
Okay, you move up, you attack.
Yep. So I got 4 of these. First one's a golly, another natural 20. Second one's a 17 plus 3.
Both hit.
5. 22. Okay. I'm just gonna roll. Let's see. So
Roll
that's
everything.
that's not gonna hit. That one probably won't hit. Does a 15 hit?
No.
No. Okay. So only 2 of them. Okay. It's 2d8. 3d8 because of the
Is there an advantage still on him from the radiant bolt? The sphere was a save, right?
Yeah, nobody. Well, my first roll was in that 20.
Wait.
Anyway.
Oh,
Wait.
well, never mind then.
He hit. Yeah. No, yeah. It worked out either way.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so 12 and then 19 damage total. Oh no, I forgot my to add my other. So 19 plus 6 is 25.
All right. Loon, you come running up and bam, bam, hit him. You see him drop back from the dais. Maven, you're up. You see Loon, who's standing now up there, and he has hit him
Well,
several
this
times.
is with my staff now. I'm using.
Oh, with
just-
the staff. Yeah. Sorry.
That's the only way I get a D8.
Yep. No. Maven, you see him up there with the staff pounding down on Zazozan. What are you doing?
How far away am I from this action going on here?
Probably if you haven't moved, probably like 50 feet, 45 feet, something like that.
All right, I'm going to use my movement to get as close as I can. And just to add insult to injury, I'm going to use, because I didn't get to be Spider-Man when we descended the cliffs,
Yeah, I get it.
I'm going to use our spider silk, and I'm going to actually try to cover his mouth with it. And it's a
Alright.
DC 13 dex check. I would like to use my check to see if I can maneuver it onto his face.
Seeing as it's a dex check for you,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's disadvantage. Just
Okay.
because you're doing a called shot on top of it.
Yeah.
If anything, I should do a disadvantage plus something. But
Yeah.
let's just do disadvantage.
That is
I might-
16 with disadvantage.
Wow, that's still
16.
not bad.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll a d20. Tell me high or low. Just because not only it's a difficult thing, but you also have Loon up there on top
Yeah.
of him,
Yeah.
you know, high or low.
gonna
I'm going to roll it before you tell me. So it's right here in front of me. Okay. High or low? Above 10 or below 10?
Above.
Okay, it's a 6.
Oh,
So as you shoot it, it goes out and it tangles him up. He is now prone and for the moment, DC 13, check, grappled.
awesome.
But not
Awesome. That gives
Cuffed.
advantage on all melee attacks on him. But he's
Yes.
Yeah,
gonna
stuff
stand
your
before me.
fist in his mouth.
all right. Theobald.
I'm thinking more staff because that might fit a little
Ba,
better.
ba, 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 ba.
Is Loon wearing the mantle?
Of course, I'm wearing the mantle.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to drop
I forgot
casting
about the
the
mantle.
last use on the Blackstaff, trying to drop the, I don't know how exactly on top of him Loon is, but I'm gonna try to drop a fireball just on that radius, trying to just catch Gardosh if possible. But if Loon's there, he's got the mantle.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hold your
That's like
breath.
a once a day thing, dude.
So first off,
Yes.
you've never cast this spell. This is all
Yep.
through feel.
Yep.
Just roll me a d20 and tell me what you get. This is for accuracy.
Do I get advantage because I knew what action I want to take?
Sure.
D20.
Only because I know what I'm about to do.
It's either a 1 or an
Oh,
18.
Okay.
Oh, it's an 18. Okay. So as you're
19,
doing
one-
this,
one or a 19.
everything's been happening. And as you've been casting, and everyone who's paying attention can see this. So passive perception above a 10. Sorry, Callan. As he's casting
held anyway.
spells. Yeah, right now. No, actually, Callan, right now, you can see it. You're staring, looking down. Every time you cast and use those charges, the runes and light in your staff has gotten dimmer. And
Oh no.
Talcia has been off to the side, keeping watch. But also, as you, through Owl, ping off, you see she has also been sending out bolts of energy to a charging army coming from the shore of undead creatures. And she has been looking between all of you and what she's been doing. and you see her suddenly just have a look of making up her mind, charging forward, running across the fountain, sliding in, grabbing your staff right as you're about to send out this bolt, and look at you, and then look to the staff. I do. And you see her suddenly pale as energy you can see ripple off of her and go into the staff, and you are sending 10 charges of fireball to where you directed roughly. Loon,
Bye,
make
Loon.
me a dexterity save with advantage.
Oh, thank you.
Theobald,
I will take
roll
that
me
gladly.
fireball with a 10 or no,
Already
you roll and then
86.
add 10 extra charges to that
Oh,
spell.
it fell. That was.
I don't know what that does. What's
Basically, every spell level above what you cast it at, it gets an extra D.
I'm just going to D20 here. Hell, I'm just gonna go to Google. All right.
That's what I use.
So D8 plus 10,
So, okay, it's normal base
normally
level
8D8.
8d8. Okay,
Yep.
it's 18d8.
18d8.
I hope you have that mantle on, Loon.
I don't think it matters because I rolled a natural 20 for a dirty 25.
Yeah!
That's,
Woo! I was meant to be here.
And
Kick,
thanks to him
flip,
being
and-
prone
kick-
and grappled, he doesn't even he
Yeah.
actually failed.
No,
to
I'm not even- I'm not
87
doing it.
points of damage.
How much?
87 points of damage.
Holy fudge nuggets. If that had smacked me, I'd have been crisp.
Bonus action, catch Telsia.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Smooth. Yeah, what's up?
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, boy.
No, I know you did, but now you do roll me another
Okay,
one.
23.
Perfect. Everyone watches as a nuclear explosion goes off.
Whoa.
Explode. Callan, or Loon, every hero thing where the good guy gets blown away from the explosion, you land in the water offshore.
Oh, my gosh. I'm okay.
You, what is 87 you said?
87.
In half, which is 40
It's like
I'm gonna make some
44.
Okay.
Divide that because of your amazing roll. So you're going to take, let's say, 22
That is
fire damage.
half of my health. If I had not made 2 incredible deck saves, I would be
So as
literally
you-
on death's door.
So as you're on fire flying, you land in the water, which puts you out. It's like, oh!
just kind of
And you catch Talcia.
I just see a steaming hunk from the water.
I
Really
have-
landed.
I have to make a roll.
Holy
which
crap.
I am
That was
going to
amazing.
spend
Oh, somebody's got a free Callan. Hold on.
5. No, oh no.
Oh, no. Okay.
This concentration's been rocked. I'm not even going to roll for that. He broke concentration.
Oh, okay.
87? Really? You think I'm going to roll?
1d20 plus.
Okay.
Yo!
This is something different. I'm rolling for him.
I don't get it.
Okay, which is a good roll. Good. All right, his turn.
Oh.
He's still alive?
Oh my gosh.
As the mushroom cloud disperses, Callan, you're on the ground.
Mm.
Thankfully, somehow shielded from all of this. You feel the heat bloom. All of you do.
Woo.
You all of a sudden see the shell of Shadow around the dais. And him stand up, steaming. But there is the shadow of a dragon behind him.
Oh boy.
Mm.
He looks in your direction. What are you doing in this moment as you have come back to you? Callan,
Hmm. I am.
I am telling you, this is your moment to get something in because
Right
you
on.
can see his eyes start to flare, and you have
Mhm.
one moment to do something.
Yep, I am going to. I am going to. He's still hexed. I'm going to catapult all those vials of the spider goo from the island into his face.
Plus a bug.
Yeah, just to grab him.
Plus a leech bug.
If I can manage it, a leech bug.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm rolling with disadvantage.
Hmm.
I rolled a natural 16 and a natural 18.
Hmm.
One was a natural 20 that I had to reduce, and one was an equal
Right.
number.
Is that affected by hexing his dexterity at all?
That's why I rolled the disadvantage.
Okay.
Um,
So that didn't work.
and as he looks at you, as you burst those and they blow up behind him, you specifically have bothered me for so long. Since the day I met you. And he points one finger at you.
Okay.
Let me make sure, because I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong, but I want to make sure. I don't want to be a dick.
Crossbow bolt. Out of nowhere.
Right through the heart.
Takes his finger off.
Hey, that seems aggressive. Like, did I do that type of thing to you?
Maybe.
Constitution saving throw, sir.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna use two of my inspiration disadvantage.
For me,
Yep.
All
So
right.
disadvantage Constitution.
reaction, put up shield. Will that help?
Oh no.
Okay. Then I won't do that.
I mean, you can. Your choice.
Okay. So that is a 5.
5. Okay. What is your hit point?
The new
Maximum?
3-foot beard helps though.
Yeah. What's your hit points right now?
43.
Okay. I still have to roll. 43. I still have 2 more to roll, and I'm right below it. Okay. So as he reaches out a finger, and you see his hands turn into a claw, and he twists, this invisible but distorted energy wave shoots towards Callan, and you see it strike him, and you see his whole body vibrate, and then he turns to dust. Callan, you are under the maximum for that.
Mm-hmm.
You are dead. There are no saving throws. Your body has been destroyed.
Oh. Well,
To the hells, may the stay there be as enjoyable as the way there.
Bear with me. I apologize. All right. In that moment, looking over all of you,
Mhm.
he looks at all of you and he just, I might not have completed everything, but I am. And you see him puff, like just, that whole everything heals I am still much stronger than I was before all of this. Enjoy the world you've all created. And you see the shadow of a dragon form up around him. It's still him. You see him. But the shadow behind him flares its wings and he shoots up.
Yeah, I'll finish splitter my way onto the island.
Callan's been destroyed.
Flask flying around anywhere?
What?
Is this flask flying around anywhere?
Not that you can see.
Is Telsia conscious?
She roll me a medicine check real quick. Just in that moment where you're like, you've caught her.
Not good. 8.
She might be dead.
Immediately, Visera Sanaum. Maiden heal her. Cast healing word.
Feel the energy pulse and go into her. Loon, what are you doing? You made it on shore.
I'm checking for. Okay, everyone is here. Okay, we have
Callan's
Seabold,
not-
we've got Maven. Hold on. Did he get tossed into the water as well? Where is Kalun?
Maven,
I
you saw everything.
yeah, I'm going up to the dais and trying to see what we've got left. I'm
That
yeah.
that cube that he put up there is gone.
Mhm.
He took it with him.
Of course. Of
He didn't-
course.
Finish what was done, but definitely it wasn't a full failure either.
I look to where Callan used to be. Are there footprints vaporized onto the fountain?
I mean, literally, just for to make it clear,
Mm-hmm.
think Infinity War.
Oh, just
He was dusted.
Okay. Full disclosure, I did not see that movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, just basically,
yeah. Yep. He gone.
yeah. He's, there's no remains. There's nothing.
Okay. Loon, there's you don't need to look in the water. He's gone? He's gone.
since afterward we'll have another fun man. Just in primordial, Earth take his body back to the stones. Allow his energy to be released. It's pretty guttural and weird, but
Yeah, no, I get you. Primordial is a weird language.
yeah.
As you're kind of just shell shock
Yeah, a little bit.
and reactionary doing this, and Theobald is quiet. He's both kind of between two shocks. You clearly, Loon, which brings you out of some of your shock, see Diana across the river with this horde of glowing-eyed creatures that once were green, now all purple.
Of course.
And she smiles towards you, nods her head, and then they all just start walking away.
It's not over. Who knows what we have
Theobald.
released on the world?
As you're in your shell shock, in your mixture of panic, your just everything that's just happened in this moment of, oh shit, oh fuck, oh, it's just everything.
Mhm.
Suddenly you hear in the staff, unbalanced. I didn't do that. Whoever did that. Snaky.
That's so cool.
Whoever,
Though.
I know, that was amazing.
That's a new effect.
I couldn't have planned that, but
No, that's Kanan now.
and you feel this pulse in the staff. And then as it echoes through you of unbalanced, you feel it kind of half stop as it's pushing towards Talsia. Covenant.
Covenant.
A wave of energy pushes through you from the staff, and you feel multiple things tie up. You feel life in her, like you can feel your own self breathe. You can feel your own pulse. You can feel her pulse. You can also feel her shock of being awake and conscious. And the pain. Oh, there's a lot of pain. You can feel all of that. And you know it's hers, but you know it's yours now too. And then as the staff echoes these back and forth, a piece of your staff all of a sudden breaks off and falls down onto the ground right in front of both of you. And it looks like a perfectly made wand.
Oh.
And you immediately, through that echo and then the satisfied, just resonant balance, you three are now all tied together very dramatically. And Talsia looks very confused as she's breathing.
She's awake.
Yep.
I'll kind of bend down, like staff holding her. I'll try to scoop the
Yeah.
wand up, hold it up to her, and
Oh, what? Oh, you're okay. What?
I
And
do
she looks
too.
ar-
I'll press the wand into her hand.
No words. Just shock, about to say something else, and then just looking at you.
Is it? Yeah.
We're going to flash forward. It's been a couple days. But probably a day or 2 days max. You all are together. Theobald, Maven. You two, ironically, have become almost weirdly inseparable. Or not Maven, Talsia. Sorry. Talsia, Theobald, you've become almost inseparable. Jerry, you are audible. I'm sorry, we're so close. You both are strangely just through emotions being tied together and understanding the new world in this mist, and that Aurora Borealis is day and night now. Magic of arcane nature is automatically, for anyone doing it, seems reportedly strained. Maven, you definitely feel like there is almost the equivalent of like nature always speaks to you. Now nature's flow has become an SOS kind of Morse code, kind of pulsing.
Yeah.
Loon, you have definitely come in a time of need and you are aware of everything that's going on. And you're mourning not even the burial of a friend, more the gravesite of a remembrance of a friend. But you also know you've stopped things from being as bad as they could be, and in your head, as you felt from an echo of multiple sources, you feel a small child nod. And you swear you hear Seely's voice tell you from a distance that she's not here, ironically. Telling you there's still a chance. There, looking at the gravestone of Callan, is where we're going to leave this. I am DM Scott. With me, as always, everyone.
Killian.
Mick.
Chris.
Sensitive.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us this entire season. It's been an amazing journey, and we will be back after the holiday season, probably pushing into January, February, somewhere in there. We'll put on notifications to when we'll be back. But, oh, wait. What's that? Oh, that's a prologue. Callan, you wake up an unknown time later. You come out into a wash of liquid and broken shards, into a brightly glittering room full of mirrors in every single direction. The floor, the ceiling, the walls. You wake up on your hands and knees, spitting out fluid. You look up, and you see Queen Sorva.
Yeah.
She walks towards you, and she's like, "Hello, Callan. I've missed you. I'm so happy that your body was prepared and your soul found it properly. I have many plans for you, and the world has been turned in my favor. I can't wait to see what the world has in store for us." And she reaches out a hand for you to take it. And that is where we will leave this season. Thank you all for joining us. Until the next
They're
time,
back.
thank you for bearing with all of this and the really long session. I'm so sorry, Jerry.
Jerry, we're sorry.
I'm so sorry, Jerry.
Thank you. Until the next time, have a great week, month, day, holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, everything.
Happy Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah,
Merry
everything.
Kwanzaa, all the stuff.
Stay safe and well.
Thank you, Adam, for joining us.
Mhm.
Have a great year. 2020, 21's coming. Maybe
Yay.
better.
Whether we like it or not.
Wow.
That's true.